First, what are your thoughts about the present situation in the Southeast? The Southeast, I used to know, was a very peaceful place where people go about their business. What they are concerned about is their business. It's an industrial hub of activities, of people doing buying and selling. All of a sudden, we're beginning to see a different Southeast. What are your thoughts about the present situation in the Southeast?
Again, thank you, Omo. First of all, I don't subscribe to isolating a particular region when it comes to this issue of insecurity. It's a national disaster. Nigeria is faced with serious insecurity situation. In fact, Nigeria is at war with itself, unfortunately. So my focus on Southeast, I may not do justice completely focusing on Southeast. It should be, the problem of insecurity in Nigeria. What are the issues?
I know, but
yeah, but narrowing it down to Southeast. First, by the opening you gave, they are not Igbo lawmakers. They are Southeast lawmakers.
Okay.
Just like people go about saying Igbo presidency. It is not Igbo presidency. It is Southeast presidency. I think the media also needs to help in shaping this narrative so that we get it right in Nigeria.
Okay.
What are our issues? What is the problem with Nigeria? What is the problem with the Southeast? You've rightly put it that the most peaceful part of Nigeria, even with the current developments and all of this, is still the most peaceful part. However, there are certain narratives that you just wonder, this is not about the Igbo. This is not about the Southeast. So is it possible that we have fifth columnists taking advantage of a certain narrative that has been painted? That may be the case. Because if you ask, let's take, for instance, the issue of IPOB you mentioned. How did it come about? Nnamdi Kanu has always been out there since 2012. So, it didn't just happen now. He was ranting on social media, saying all sorts on social media, showing that he was terribly displeased with what was happening in Nigeria. And in fact, there's also a video of the same Nnamdi Kanu when previously he was all about how to get Nigeria working. There's a video like that. If you search for it, you would see it online. It's there. How did he get radicalized to the level of now abandoning the nation that he had shown love to? Because the facts are there, that there were moments when this same Mazin Nnamdi Kanu was all about Nigeria. Let's get Nigeria working. The fact is that there is injustice in the land. There is inequality in the land. And people are being spanked by the day. Well, you won't spank a child and say the child should not cry. So what is happening in the Southeast right now is the disservice that the current leadership has done to a certain part of Nigeria. Because ask yourself, what is the crime of the Southeast? That, we chose, and rightfully, because the president has not shown us that, we should have chosen him after all. We chose who we wanted for the good of Nigeria. Because Southeast don't hate people, we hate poverty. So we looked at what the president, the current president, had represented all these years. When he was in office, what he represented. All this while that he has been in office, what he represents. There's no government, there's no company anywhere, there's no place where you will say, before the president came to power, all those periods that he was on sabbatical, that he was motivating or inspiring Nigerians to become great. No company developed by him. Only 150 cows. Every year that he comes out for election, he kept telling us that. And so for us, we felt, no, this is not what we want for Nigeria. Because Project Nigeria, the Southeast has shown more commitment than any other zone, if you ask me. And I want to be proven wrong. If you go to every part of this country, you'll see the Southeastern developing, adding value. So we know what Nigeria wants. Nigeria wants an egalitarian society. Nigerians want a society that will give us a platform to express the innate ability that God gave to us, not just the resources in the ground. What makes us tick as a nation is the resources in our head as Nigerians, not the oil. So we did not support the coming of General Muhammadu Buhari in 2015, and no apologies. That became a crime. The Constitution clearly allows that you have a right to choice. We made a choice. And that became a crime. And the president didn't hide it. Even though at the inaugural speech he said it's for everybody and that he belongs to nobody, he failed in giving us what he promised. He failed in even proving us wrong. And then one day, Nnamdi Kanu on social media puts it out there that he was coming into the country and that he was going to be in so-so place and at that so-so time. And he was there at that time and the same location. And the president, his voice went there and picked Nnamdi Kanu up and gave him the larger-than-life image that he now enjoys. So President Muhammadu Buhari created what we now know today as the radicalized Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And under his watch, the most peaceful part of Nigeria, that is the southeast, is now in chaos because of mismanagement of the interest of the people, not just any group of people, a people that have added value, that are adding value in every facet of the development of Nigeria. The southeasterner is adding value. And then you make decisions about nation building and you think they don't care, you think it's 5%.
Let me ask you this
There
question.
must be, of course, reprisal attacks.
Let me ask you this question. You have just talked about how Nnamdi Kanu moved from being that person who loved Nigeria, wanted Nigeria to work, and then somehow progressed into becoming so radicalized, the way you put it.
To the option of I want out.
Yes,
self-determination, which is a right anyway.
Good. The things that Nnamdi Kanu,
yes,
or the people from the southeast were going through or had gone through, haven't you seen those same thing happen to other people within the estate called Nigeria?
Yeah, of course.
That's why are they not, in your word,
yeah,
ranting, clamoring like he is clamoring and wanting out of the establishment?
That Nnamdi Kanu was not elected to represent the Southeasterners. So Nnamdi Kanu's opinion should not be seen as the opinion
if everyone,
so when you say they, I'm trying to say,
if everyone wants to,
can you look out for one particular person who is not ranting? There are individuals ranting in every part of Nigeria, just like Nnamdi Kanu is did. It's not a day thing. That's why I say don't isolate a region and give them just a negative name at that just because you want to, hang them. The truth of the matter is that every Nigerian today, including the president's wife, is ranting about the ills in the land. That's a fact, including the governor of the state where the president comes from. So it's not a Southeast thing, and it's not an Nnamdi Kanu thing. The issues are there. The injustice is obvious. The ineptitude of government is obvious. And because we love our country, we couldn't keep quiet. An estate will have invested more than any other group, blood, sweat, and money. We should keep quiet and watch Nigeria being invaded by strangers, and the president who has confirmed that we have people from outside invading our land. And the president is not applying force to them.
Dixon, we're looking for a way out. We're looking for a solution to what the situation is right now in the Southeast. Now, I'll ask the question.
Okay.
Do you think where we are now, there should be some form of a meeting point? Can we establish a dialogue between the federal government on one hand and then maybe leaders of the Southeast and IPOB on the other hand?
Every war that has ever been
Should there be a dialogue of such nature?
Every war that has ever been fought, usually, of course, for it to end must be at the conference table. There's a need for that round table to be, activated. And I pray the president summons the political will to realize that, like he summoned the service chiefs to say to them, I don't want to leave the office a failure. Mr. President, you are about to exit a failure if you do not bring all these interest groups to the table, especially when the facts are on the table that you have offered this same peaceful angle to people who have raped, maimed, killed and destroyed the inhabitants of the indigenous of Nigeria. You have Boko Haram terrorists, killers, and all of that. You are using taxpayers' money one way or the other to rehabilitate them and making moves to reintegrate them into the society. The indigenous, the citizens of Nigeria, ought to be enjoying that privilege. So moments like this, for what is happening in the Southeast, I am happy with the caucus of the Southeast in the National Assembly that came together to propose a political solution. Indeed, yes, it has to be a political solution. And what is the political solution? First, do unto B what you did to A. It's simple. We are saying, first of all, for instance, for the good of Nigeria, as proposed by the former Vice President of Nigeria, Dr. Alex Ekweme, at the Abacha conference in 1995, he proposed the six geopolitical zones arrangement, that power should rotate around, and that was germane. Abacha saw it. You know, people say all sorts about Abacha. The truth of the matter is that if you look at Abacha's government thoroughly, comparing to Muhammad Buhari's government, Abacha's government had more of Nigeria's interest than this government. That's a fact. So that proposal, as by Alex Ekweme, was adopted by Abacha. Unfortunately, he died, and then the people who coined the 1999 Constitution as amended, which is, of course, the greatest fraud that exists today in Nigeria, if you ask me. Those who coined it did disservice to that particular thing, which ought to be how to find solution to, because you must give everybody a sense of belonging, a sense of participation, a sense of ownership of their country. So, indeed, it is not just the president's thing. The political parties, particularly the two major political parties, should first of all realize there has to be a Nigeria first before there will be a contest in 2023. And the way to go about it is activate that same gentleman agreement. That gentleman agreement of let us have an understanding that power should rotate between the north and the south. And when it comes to the south or the north, you look at the zones, the pockets of the zones, and look at
microzone.
Yes, and microzone it at that level. So 2023 clearly, the first antidote to the present tension is that power should come to the southern Nigeria. When it comes to the southern Nigeria, the southerners should sit down and put it, you know, the way it should be. That Southeast should produce the next president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. That way, it will give us another opportunity to renegotiate and restructure this estate called Nigeria. That not done, the truth of the matter is that Nigerians have given up on Nigeria. That's a fact. Because they are no longer, government is not able to give them the two basics. You think welfare and security of the people is the basic reason of government. And in this government.
I hope you're not trying to say that we should bribe the Southeast.
No, it's not a bribe.
With the
no, it's not a bribe. Like I've established here and you have not countered. The fact that this zone has shown commitment, genuine physical, political, spiritual, every commitment required to the project Nigeria. What's wrong with rewarding loyalty? Mine is that if a group of people have shown commitment to the project Nigeria, the best way to encourage other people who are recalcitrant presently is to reward those who are loyal to the project Nigeria.
The same way the people from North Central Nigeria have said they have shown even more commitment, and that at being at the center of this,
there's no zone that you will say have had more commitment to this project called Nigeria than the South.
That they want it, that they should have it.
First of all, it is between the north and the south. In fact, any Nigerian, no matter where you come from, whether you're from the southeast or from the northeast or from the north, or wherever you come from, any Nigerian that thinks that after 8 years of the current administration, the President Muhammad Buhari's government, that power should still go back to the north, that Nigerian does not mean well for this country. That's a fact. The southern Nigeria cannot sit and be watching, especially when the failure is obvious in the northern Nigeria. The capital of poverty in the world today is northern Nigeria. And we have had leaders come from there. So are you saying that we should reward failure? Let's even assume that, there's no such constitutional provision. Are you saying that common sense cannot make us reason that this is what we should do? So North Central should first of all position itself for when the power comes back to the north. At the moment, power is going back to southern Nigeria. That's the right thing to do. When it now comes to southern Nigeria, we're saying the southwest, you have had 8 years presidency, and by 2023, vice would have had 8 years. South has had 2 years plus vice presidency and 5 years plus presidency.
Let me quickly,
the South should be given a chance.
Let me quickly bring it back.
Let me quickly
bring it back to the issue of looking for a solution, a political solution in the Southeast.
Yes.
Just before I let you go, I'll give you this question. You alluded to it before, but do you think that in all of what we are seeing, or as we have seen in the Southeast, do you think there are some people who have been sponsored, so to speak, to cause more trouble other than the IPOB in the Southeast?
No, the truth of the matter is that the This thing has simply escalated because of the mismanagement of the political leaders, particularly the governors from the Southeast. If they had stepped in, for instance, when this issue of insecurity was very obvious and the Southwest took a position and enacted what we know today as a Amoteku. We proposed, the likes of me, we reached out, proposed to them that copy and paste, just modify and copy and paste. Because self-defense is a natural human right. It's a natural instinct. You can't stand and they say, oh, war is coming your way, and you won't find a way of defending you and your people. So the governors failed. And I was one of those who, when ESN was activated, when it was introduced, I supported it. Mazin Namdi Dixon, I supported it. Because the right to self-defense cannot be taken away by anybody. Government had failed in defending the people. Our mothers, our children, our sisters, people are being raped and maimed in their farms and all of that. And government was doing nothing. In fact, government told us to defend ourselves. The Minister of Defense told the world that Nigerians should defend themselves. So when ESN came up, for me, it was the people devising a means or a way of defending themselves. We also reached out to the same government and said, now the people have, out of their own this thing, created something. Pick it up, modify it, and put a law to it. Take it to the State Assembly and give it a legal backing. And go by the same name. I wrote a letter, open letter to the Southeast governors and all of. So the truth is that it's the political leadership that failed, that brought about what we now see in Southeast. The way forward also is political. Even though that it's coming from the lawmakers, we also think that it is time. Look at what happened the other day. The southern governors met in Enugu, and about 4 governors from the Southeast were not present. That's a shame, if you ask me. And so at this stage, the Southeastern governors should begin to realize that they cannot take the people for granted anymore. Nnamdi Kanu called off sit at home, but he took a life of his own. Meaning, it's not about Nnamdi Kanu. This is beyond him. If the government does the worst now and says, oh, I will have killed Nnamdi Kanu, the agitation for Biafra, in fact, will escalate.
Thank you so very much, Listen, for joining us on the program. But I'm afraid this is where we have to draw the curtains for the day.
Thank you so much.